Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Infinite Crypto Cruisers. Hey there, folks. My name is Brad Varnell, and this is the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. Man, what a day to be alive, folks. I just woke up today, and I found out that they say that the inflation rate is down to 2.5% for the month of August. I think we're going to see some rate cuts coming here pretty soon. I also go out on record and tell them that I think they're full of crap, that inflation is nowhere near any 2.5%, but I'll let them fake it if they want to, because I think that we are right on the verge, folks, of everything that we want, getting everything that we want. I talked about that on Monday, how we want to have this expectant mindset, and you can create that in your life. Even if everything around you is kind of crumbling and the world feels like it's on fire, you can create that expectant mindset. But folks, I ain't going to lie, man. When you wake up in the morning and you see, the news that I saw, you see a little bit of a pump in the markets and the election coming. And folks, I mean, it's hard not to be excited about the next 6 months. If you've been a part of this channel and you're moving and grooving and you're buying some crypto and you're positioning yourself to take advantage of what I believe is coming and what I think most of you believe is coming, or you wouldn't be here, then man, what a time to be alive. So, for all of you that are here with me this morning, give yourself a little round of applause. I'm proud of you guys. It wasn't easy to go through what we had to go through for the last 3 years. And even, for the last 6 months, for those of you that jumped in and got to experience a little taste of what crypto life can be like when we, October through about April, when everything seemed like it was going to be going, hunky-dory, life was going to be good. And then, man, the rug got pulled out from underneath us. And let's face it, May, June, July, August, and now in September, 4 going on 5 months, it ain't been a whole lot of fun for us in crypto, except for being able to buy the crypto at bargain basement prices. But for those of you that don't really know if it's going back up, like you hope it's going to go back up someday, it can be pretty daunting when, 5 months is a long time to wake up and see stuff going down, especially when we're talking some of our favorite tokens have gone down 50, 75, 90, 95%. So you wake up in May and your token's down 15, 20%. That sucks. Stock market isn't that volatile. You're not used to that. But you're thinking, well, Brad's like, hey, it's not that big of a deal. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it too much. It's just part of normal crypto. Then you wake up in June and it's down 50. And I'm still sitting here excited, telling you what a wonderful thing it is. And, by the time August rolls around and it's down 90%, you might not even be watching the channel anymore. So once again, for those of you that have stuck with it, congratulations for being here. And folks, man, I'm telling you, the fruit of your labor is very, very real, and it's hanging. You got some low-hanging fruit coming, man. You're not going to have to work very hard to pluck some of these gains off the tree that are coming. So good morning to all of you. I hope you are having a fantastic day today. I think I woke up today more excited and happier than normal. And it's really because, I'm always telling you guys what you feed your mind is so important. And so I think one of the reasons for a little bit of a shift, like I'm always pretty positive. See if I can get this right. There we go. So Dr. Wayne Dyer, book called The Power of Intention, has really been working on my heart. And then I've been listening to a lot of, as I mentioned on Monday, a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza, who is another guy that really talks about, gratitude. So like I wake up in the morning and I'm the luckiest guy in the world, man. I've got this incredible dog, this Belgian Malinois. It kind of looks like a German Shepherd, but it's more like the police dog, a little bit smaller, but like it won't leave my side. When she hears me, it's kind of funny. When she hears me wake up in the morning, she sits there and tries to decide, okay, is he waking up or is he just like going to get up and go to the bathroom, come back to bed? And she's so smart. When I'm literally just like getting up to run to the bathroom, come back to bed, she'll just lay there like nothing happened. But man, she can tell when I like wake up and I start to roll over to look at my phone. She just dives on top of me and starts licking me. And then because of this book, The Power of an Intention, and Dr. Joe Dispenza, I've been spending the next 5 to 10 minutes just laying in bed before I even get out of bed, just being grateful, thinking about all of the things in life that I have to be grateful for. And when you start your day off with that in kind of an intention, it really does, carry over. And so here I am now. I've been awake for a while. I got my first cup of coffee just about gone. But, if you see or feel like any kind of a higher frequency, a higher vibration, a higher amount of excitement and enthusiasm than normal, that's why, is I've just been intentionally really focusing on life and everything that I have to be grateful for, and really just believing that everything that I want is here. It's right here. It's coming. It's hitting me. Everything that I need, I have, and yeah, I'm looking forward to when the crypto markets go all the way, but when it really comes down to it, everything that I need, I have right now in this instant. I have everything that I need right now, and everything else that's coming is just going to be, the gravy on top. So with that, folks, what's going on in crypto? Are you guys excited? Throw a 1 in the chat, man, if you feel it coming. Throw a 1 in the chat if you believe that we are getting ready to start to enjoy the fruit of all of the labor. Put a 1 in the chat if you're excited about the next 3 to 6 months. If you feel it, if you see everything coming together the way that we have been planning for it to come together. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to get my coin gecko brought up here so that we can go look at some markets. And today, folks, I definitely have a couple of tokens that I want to talk about. I've got a couple of Paul Nalder 1.9 or a 1.9. Yeah. Hopefully a 1.9 is good, Paul. I was going to say, because a lot of guys, when they're doing a live stream or something like this, they'll be like, put a 1 in the chat if you love what I'm saying, put a 2 in the chat if you hate what I'm saying. And so when I see a 1.9, I'm not quite sure what you mean, but I'm pretty sure it just means that you are excited about what I am talking about. And so without any further ado, let me get the Coin Gecko added to the stage there. And let's take a quick look. As I get ready to hop into this, I want to ask you guys what you've got going on. So don't be shy, man. If you're watching this and you've got some tokens on your mind that you're excited about and that you would like a little bit more information about, feel free to, put the token ticker in the chat, and we hopefully get a chance to go over some tokens that you guys are excited about too, because once again, collectively, we are so much more powerful than we are just as it being me up here talking. So if you've got some tokens on your mind, please mention them in the chat, and we will go over them. With that, looks like my screen is good. We're seeing everything that I want to be able to see. So we can see here that the market has responded a little bit. It's not anything super major to this news, but Bitcoin over the last hour is up about 2%. And you can kind of see, if you're looking at this left-hand column, I mean, Tether doesn't count, but if you see this left-hand column, it's a sea of green. Everything in here is green for the last, hour. Even if you go to the 24-hour, it's, a little bit more mixed. There's a lot of red still. But that's, leading up to that, you can see here 5% for the week, 5% for the week. This red here is like 0.5%. This just clicked to even, although, and then, but so a lot of this stuff that is down small. Some of the tokens that are going on, are starting to, to pick up though. And so What's going to happen over the next month or two? It's hard to say. I believe that we're still are everything that I said leading up to today is still in my mind the truth. I believe that we've got two political parties fighting very, very hard to win this election. And I think that they both, are looking to try to make the economy better. They want to do things that will make the American public happy and make them believe that things are headed in the right direction. So I still think that, the world is conspiring for us, that we are at the right place at the right time to really take advantage of a lot of things that are going on. If it wasn't a year, if this was 2019 or 2025, all of the events that are going on in the world, I would be a little bit nervous about things. But I think because it's 2024 and we do have, the two parties going at it, I think that that's going to be an amazing thing for us. So, with that, folks, I'm trying to think about if I want to save the best for last, or, what token I want to talk about first. And so let me go take a quick peek here. I want to get my mind wrapped around the order that I want to go in real quick. While I'm doing that, it said Dave P says, have we talked about Forta? I do not remember ever seeing Forta being brought up on the channel, Dave. So let me take a quick look at what I wanted to look at here real fast. Yeah, so that's a token that I want to talk about briefly. There's a couple that I want to talk about there. So let me go. Let's go look at Forta real quick, and then I will come back to a couple of the tokens that are on my mind. So we'll come over here to CoinGecko and type in Forta. Fort, it looks like, is the ticker. Sitting at 11, going on 12 cents. Got a market cap of 55 million, which it's looks like about 50% of the tokens, roughly just under, are in circulation. So that is a good thing. It looks like it is on the Ethereum chain, but can also be bought on Polygon Matic, or, so that is definitely a plus. That's one of my favorite tokens right now too, folks. I've been talking to a lot of people over the last few days, and I've really been talking about, Chainlink, Polkadot, Atom, and then Polygon is another one. And those are easily bought on Coinbase for a lot of Americans. So especially for brand new people, if they're just jumping into crypto right now, they're finally, getting onto the boat and wanting to do something. I've been really pointing my friends and family and people that are new to crypto, just go get into Coinbase. You can get, it's not very much interest, but you can stake your Matic and get some interest. You can get really good interest on Polkadot and Atom. And, it seems like Solana, was about 5% or so. There's a few top tokens on Coinbase that you can get. But I believe that the Polygon Matic ecosystem is going to explode during this upcoming bull market. It's definitely one of my favorite plays. I know that, Deadwood, who I haven't seen in the chat yet today, but Deadwood, who's one of our, most loyal community members and here for just about everything, has been really piling up and stocking up on Matic, and would probably echo that sentiment. So I like the fact that it is on the Polygon network. It looks like its all-time high here was 96 cents a couple of years ago. So it's, it's still in business. It's still working. It's still moving and grooving, but it's down 87% from its all-time high. I love that. It's only up 41% from its all-time low. So it's up a little bit from its all-time low, but it's definitely still got a lot of room to run. Let's take a peek and see what it's done here. I'm gonna do the 1 year chart, but I'm really curious to see what it's done just over the last few months. So you can kind of see here in October, it's had some run ups and some pullbacks. It's had some pretty nice peaks. You can see here it was all the way up to 19, 20, 21 cents. peaked up here again in April of 2024, a few months ago, peaked all the way up to 34 cents, and then just like most of the altcoins has come back down to earth. So I like the price action on it. It looks like when this thing decides to run, it can run fairly violently and fairly quickly. So that makes for a good token to potentially be able to, trade in and out of a little bit. If you're looking for a token, I love tokens where I can buy it and wait for it to double or triple fairly quickly, and then have the potential to maybe sell a portion of it, get my initial investment back out of it so that I can continue to sell, buy some more tokens, but still have a bag. You can see it's here. You can get it on Coinbase, KuCoin, MEXC, Uniswap, Ethereum, or Polygon. So it's definitely on all of the markets that I would like to see it on. I mean, everything that I'm seeing so far, I like. So now let's go figure out what the heck is a Forta. Come down here to its socials, and let's pop over to forta.org and take a look at what it does. So the decentralized watchtower protecting Web3, AI-powered threat detection and prevention for blockchains and applications. So it looks like it's a security-based blockchain. It looks like access data feeds for exploits, scams, and other on-chain activity. Build on Forta. So developers, have the ability to use this. It's got some good partnerships here. I like Lido and Phantom. So it's, if you go down through how Web3 uses Forta wallets, Web3 wallets can use the scan detector to screen and pre-sign transactions and protect users from scams. That's huge, folks. I don't know how many of you have accidentally connected your wallet to a scam site and lost any tokens. If you haven't, that's fantastic. It happens way more often than it should. Security and compliance teams can supplement their existing data with the scam detector, staying up to date on the latest threats, DeFi protocols, and bridges. I mean, we hear about that's one of the things about DeFi protocols that is the scariest, is even when you're dealing with a above board DeFi protocol that has good intentions and has everything in place to make you money, if they get hacked, if they get, if your funds get drained, it ain't any fun. And then they've got asset managers can use the attack detector to receive real-time alerts for threats impacting their positions and enabling capital preserving action. So it sounds like if somebody does hack into a protocol, this software, this project has the ability to alert you to it and potentially give you the ability to, maybe give you an opportunity. Thank you. Maybe give you an opportunity to, get your funds off of here. So, if you take a peek at this website, it looks like there is a lot going on, selected exploits detected by Forta. So this is a really cool looking project, Dave. I like what I see a lot here. So, the website is forta.org. And folks, I would definitely recommend going and taking a closer look at this project. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that as we get more mass adoption, there's going to need to be more security. And so a company that is putting itself out there and building a brand and getting out into the mainstream, getting some first mover advantage, I believe could be super, super huge. So is this a token that you've decided to invest in already, Dave, or were you just, you came about it and we're just asking about it to see my thoughts, or is this something that you already decided that you liked and you wanted to get some? While I'm waiting for him to talk about it a little bit more, let us know where he's at. I will. So I apologize, guys. I didn't click over to the view in time, so you didn't get to see the whole website as I was scrolling down it. But hopefully you got to hear the words, and then you can go take a look at this. I always want you guys to do your own due diligence anyways. And so, go take a look at this website. I mean, obviously, in a 5-minute review, it's kind of hard to decide whether a token is a great investment or not, but definitely looks exciting enough to take a lot longer, harder look at. And, you know me, I'm willing to go throw $50, $100, $500 at something fairly quickly, because I believe the risk versus the reward is there on most of these smaller market cap projects. The benchmark for most of these tokens that we're talking about, we want to see tokens that can get to, $1 billion market cap or higher during this bull market that we believe is upcoming. And, they, at 55 million, you're talking about a 20x to get to $1 billion. And this is the type of token that if it really takes off and it starts getting adopted, it gets a big partnership deal with a big, well-known company. All of a sudden, this thing could really just, go absolutely crazy. So Dave says, going to invest in Forta, was looking at a good entry. I'm looking to add funds in the next week or so. Okay, fantastic. Well, I think you found us a winner. Thank you very much for bringing in everybody. Let's welcome Kai to the channel. Kai Effect, man. Thank you for being here. New guy and subscriber. Glad to join the gang, man. Well, thank you for becoming a new family member here at the Infinite Crypto Cruiser, family. We've got an incredible Discord group. We've got the, our private inner circle mastermind that you can see there. You can join our private mastermind. Go to realinfinitecrypto.com to check that out. I believe we've got a coupon code on the website that will allow you to get half off your first 2 months in the inner circle. So if you'd really like to be a part of our private group and really see some of the things going on behind the scenes, feel free to check out that private group. But yeah, man, it's exciting. I love watching the growth and having new people come to the channel. And Kai, do you have any tokens on your mind? Do you have any tokens that you're excited about? What we do on this Wednesday Microcap Gem video is we really go through the tokens that I'm excited about, but also, and more importantly, you can bring tokens to the forefront of our consciousness, and we'll go do a deep dive into your token. We'll pull it up on CoinGecko, take a closer look at its market cap, its website, and really give it a thorough looking at, and give you an idea, never financial advice, but give you an idea if there's something, that I like the looks of. So just like here with this Forta token, if you've got anything on your mind, being the new kid on the block, man, please don't be shy. One other thing that I like to look at, folks, when I'm going through these tokens is I like to go through and look at their social accounts. So, in crypto, Twitter is one of the biggest, most important social platforms. And so you can see here, I'm going to click back, make sure that I actually switched over. Yes, sir, I did. Okay, so we're on the Forta Twitter page. You can see here 36,000 followers. It's followed by Blockchain Basement, Cardano.io, and 4 other people that I follow. So that's a good sign. And while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and follow it, hit that notification bell. And so that's, right off the top of my head, looking at it, you can see here, they've got a pinned post here. And then they've got, a post here, a hack alert. They're showing that, like here, recent at cut 2024 cuts $1.4 million hack on Binance Smart Chain was preventable with the new Forta firewall. Let's check out the details. Finally, cut tokens were stolen and dropped, leaving the pool with no liquidity. You can see this chart here and how devastating that can be for a cryptocurrency project. With the Forta firewall, this attack would have been prevented as the AI-driven model would have detected it. So, folks, it's got a strong social media presence. And once again, like everything that I saw about this token in the last few minutes leads me to believe that it's something that I really like the looks of. And thank you, Dave, for bringing this to our attention, man. This could be a great little investment. I didn't take a real close look at the website. I don't know if there's any staking rewards or if there's any way that you can buy some tokens and make a little bit of passive income while you're waiting for it to go up. But that's something that's always great to look at, see if any of the tokens that you're buying, you can earn some more tokens with them, safely while you're waiting for the pump. But cool, man. Great information there. Thank you for sharing that. And so with that, folks, let's get back over here to just my beautiful face for a split second. And let me go ahead and pop that off the screen. And so there's a lot of cool things going on. The next token that I'm going to talk about, we've talked about it a little bit here on the channel, but I want to really go over a couple of things that I believe are super exciting about the Switch token and the Switch reward card. And so some of the information that I'm going to give you, I'm going to give it to you a little bit discreetly, if you will. I'm not going to go into all of the details. I have not had to sign any type of NDA, but I've gotten to be pretty good friends with Brad Wilden, the COO of the Switch Network. We met at a networking event here in Las Vegas about 3 months ago, and we really hit it off. I got to do a short interview with him. It's a short clip that you can watch if you go to my YouTube channel and look at our shorts. Go a couple of months ago, Brad Wilden and I do about a 1-minute little interview in person at that event. When I came back from that event, I started taking a closer look at the project. We did a deep dive on the token. When we did the deep dive on the token, it was 0008, and now it's about 002. It's up almost 300% since we covered the token. But one of the things that I really like about this project is it has nodes. And so, folks, I think that a lot of the people that are watching this channel and a lot of the people newer to crypto don't really know what a node is. And I'm not going to pretend to be like an expert when it comes to all of the technical jargon and exactly how it all works and why it works. I don't necessarily know all of the details. Like, I don't need to know how many bolts are in the Corvette convertible engine in order to be excited about hopping in that sucker and driving it down, Pacific Highway overlooking the California coast. So I know enough about nodes to be excited about the potential. But in general, with a node, you're providing computation power and you're helping to support the network and the stability and the security of the network. And when you own a node for a project, part of owning the node and providing that computation power, and normally you have to pay an upfront fee for the node. It's almost like mining in a sense, but you own the node, you provide the computation power, which you can do through your own computer. You can set it up yourself, or there's many companies now, cloud-based companies where you can pay them basically to host your node and do all of the work for pennies a month, a few dollars a month. Well, these nodes were very popular. And a lot of times with these node projects, when you buy a node, the price of the node goes up every time 100 people buy it or whatever is built into the white paper. Well, right now, these nodes, if you wanted to buy a node, it would cost you about $9,100 to get a node. But once you had that node, it would spit off about 600 tokens a day. Well, at today's current prices, that's about $1.30 a day in tokens. Now, that doesn't sound like much. $1.30 a day if you multiply that out times, 365, let's just do it. I mean, $1 obviously on 365 would be 365. So it's going to be a little bit more than that, but not a ton. So we go with 365 times 1.3, we'll call it, be $474 a year that you would earn on a $900 investment. So that's, I mean, what is that? Roughly 5%. So if you invested 10 grand and you made 500, that'd be a 20th. So the 5%. So you're talking about a 5% annual gain on this investment. Now, I know none of us, especially crypto, are looking to buy anything that's going to make us 5%. But the reason that I'm excited about this project right now is a couple of reasons. So I think we're going to see a spike in the token, and we've already started to see it. If you go back, excuse me, you go back and look, and I'll pull it up on CoinGecko. If you go back and look at this token, probably in the last 30 days or so, it is up 100+%. And part of the reason for that is there's, some people that are in the know. They understand what's coming. And so they're loading up their bags and they're getting ready for what is getting ready to happen with the Switch token. So once again, folks, this is not financial advice. Anytime these projects are looking to pull off something big, it could have tremendous potential. But if for some reason, it goes sideways, it takes longer to happen than they're expecting, and so on and so forth. Don't just go take your whole 401k, every penny that you've got, and put it into a project like this because of this conversation. But I'm just telling you, I'm giving you some, what I think is some somewhat insider, some information that I believe is going to be very pertinent here with this project. So to get back to it, 5% is not great, but let's say that there was an opportunity to buy the node at, a discounted rate. Well, then what would you think about the ability? I don't know exactly what that discount is going to be, but let's say that even if it just got cut in half, let's say that you had an opportunity to buy a node for 4,500, all of a sudden that would take your reward per year up to 10%. If you paid 4,500 for the node and it's making you $474 a year, now you've got 10% year over year coming in on your money. But the exciting thing about this token, let me run back over here to CoinGecko and pull up the Switch token. When you're making 10% on your money, so like you can see here, folks, that the Switch token is up. It's up, 18% today. And, but it's still only sitting at a $16 million market cap. So if you're making 10% on your money, and then this thing rockets up and does a 10x, all of a sudden you're making 100% on your money. And that's not just, so now all of a sudden, if you take 474 times 10, now you're making $4,745 a year divided by 12 months. Now you're looking at $395 a month in passive income. And if we go down here, folks, to the all-time low, it's still 68% below its all-time high, Its all-time high was 008. So it's still 66%. But even, at 008, this thing's still only going to have, about a $50 million market cap. So if we're talking about something that can go to $1 billion, I'm just trying right off the top of my head, what is that, about a 60x, 1 billion. 1 billion divided by 16, we'll call it 17 million just to round up, is a 58x. So once again, not financial advice, but let's say that you bought one of these nodes, and instead of it making you $475 a year, this thing goes up, 58x. So you take 475 times 58, That's $27,550 a year. Divide that out into 12 months, and now you're looking at a passive income of $2,295 a month. And folks, reason that I'm talking about that is because that starts to create some freedom for you. I know there's a lot of folks out here that got good jobs. And even if you woke up tomorrow and you had $500,000 in the bank or $1 million in the bank, I know lots of people that are still going to get up and go to work tomorrow. Because fact of the matter is, if all of a sudden you go to work or you quit going to work and you quit having money come in, it doesn't take very long to go through $500,000 or even $1 million. Most of you are going to get excited. Maybe you have a house that you want to buy. Maybe you've got a car that you want to upgrade. Maybe you've got some vacations that you want to take. Maybe you want to start enjoying, some nicer restaurants and enjoying life. And so, that costs money. And so even if I learned the hard way that even if you have $1 million or more lying around, that once your cash flow dries up and you just start living off of that $1 million+ it can disappear on you fairly quickly, especially as the market starts to kind of maybe turn and head in the other direction. So, I'm going to just give you one more example here, but let's just say that you got an opportunity to pick up one of these nodes for $2,500. Well, now at $2,500 and you're making, we said $475, now you're basically making almost 25% a year just at the current price. That's if it does nothing. So now if it 10x's, you're making 250, percent on your investment, and so on and so forth. And once again, the announcement hasn't happened, but I've got it on good authority that they are going to run a promotion. They're raising some funds to really implement some things that they want to implement. And one of the ways that they're going to raise these funds is they're going to do a very special discount, a very special deal on these nodes for a limited amount of time. That's really going to be, in my opinion, an awesome opportunity for us to take a chunk of money, throw it into a node, and now have this node spitting off cash flow on a daily basis. And one other quick thing that I want to go over. Let's, if we were talking $1.30 a day, right? So $1.30 a day is not very much, but let's just say that 58x's, and that's not even 58x just gets it up to a pretty significant project. Some of these big DeFi / banking type projects are going to be multi-billion dollar projects as they mature. But even at a 58x, so if you take $1.3 times 58, that's $75 a day. Once again, that's not $1 million. It doesn't necessarily replace all of your income by any means, but all of a sudden, can you imagine if you just had an extra $75 a day that you could do whatever you wanted to do with? What about if you were taking that and investing that $75 a day into Atom, Polkadot, Forta, or whatever projects you like? It's wonderful to create some cash flow machines. And then last but not least, I'll get off of this project, but one of the things that they have created with the Switch platform is a ton of utility. So there's going to be an opportunity. A lot of people, in order to buy these nodes, they're going to buy the Switch token and use it to buy the nodes. And so that's one of the things that they're putting in place, is that in the near future, you're going to have to buy Switch tokens in order to buy the node. And so they're creating an ecosystem where the Switch token is going to become more and more valuable and more a part of it. And so what I'm really looking to do, folks, is I think that there's a very realistic possibility that this token could double or triple again. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, if the node is going to be, $2,500, say, it could be less, it could be more. But I'm thinking to myself, well, what if I don't want to spend $2,500? What if I spent $800 and I just bought $800 worth of the tokens. The nice thing about if you own the tokens, you own the tokens. So it doesn't matter if let's just say for totally theoretically, let's just say that the node is $2,500. If you have to go buy $2,500 worth of switch tokens with fiat, you're not going to care whether the token is 0022 or if it's a penny. It just means that you would buy less tokens technically at that point. It's still going to be $2,500. But knowing that there's a possibility that a lot of people are going to be going and buying this token, what would it be like if you were to buy the token at, say, $800 worth of it now, and then you waited and hoped that what I'm talking about is right, and all of a sudden in a month, when they announce a promotion and people start piling into this token, it triples, and now you can get a $2,500 node, but you only got $800 invested into the token. What does that do to your ROI? You know, what happens if all of a sudden this token 5x's and you can buy 2 nodes with your $800 worth? Or what if it 5x'd and you sold off a couple $1,000s worth of it and still had enough to buy a node? Once again, this is all somewhat conjecture. I can't even say the word today, man. My nose is still a little sniffly. Conjecture. None of this is guaranteed. This is not financial advice. And like I say, I'm kind of skirting around everything once again, so that I don't get myself in trouble with any, Switch team or anybody in general. But that's my plan. That's what I'm doing. I'm accumulating Switch tokens. And once again, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I'm just a guy that over the last 8 years has created some financial freedom in my life. And I'm giving you my playbook. You don't have to follow my playbook. I don't ever even recommend that you do what I do. Everybody's investment strategy should be somewhat different. But do your own due diligence, do your own research, and you make the decision on whether or not you think that this is an opportunity to potentially, make something massive happen. I think there's a possibility that we could see, this token 100x. I think that a 10x is almost inevitable. And so depending on the price of the node, if this thing 10x's, so even, I'm talking about this one project probably too much, but at 10x, 130 times 10 is $10.30 or 13, right? $13, 130 times 10 should be 13. So $13 a day times 365 days is $4,700 a year. So even if you were paying $9,100 for the node, if you knew it was going to pay you back $4,700 a year, that'd be a pretty darn good investment. Where else can you earn 50% a year on your money in a relatively, safe environment in some ways? So if looking at it just at a 10x, if it does a 10x and the node was 9,100, I think it would be a good investment for those folks out there that had 9,100 laying around and they were looking to create cash flow. But if all of a sudden that node isn't 91, it's 45 or 25 or whatever it ends up being, even at a 10x, I believe this becomes a pretty amazing opportunity. So let me see here. Oh, hey, then you're one of our favorite guys on the channel just that quickly. Hey, Kai Effect, man, thank you for being here. And, that reminds me, Josh, I don't think we got a branding for Bitcoin ordinals yet, do we? Do we? Have you sent it to me? If you haven't, can you send it to me? Can you? I don't remember it because I just scrolled through most of them. I don't see it, buddy. I'm not seeing it. So maybe we'll try to get if we have a chance, we'll. My son is telling me, yeah. So anyways, we really love the Bitcoin ordinals project. We just did a short video on Bitcoin ordinals, and thank you for bringing that to my attention. This is a project that we are super excited about here on the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. This team reached out to me before we went to the Bitcoin conference here in Tennessee a couple of months ago. And we went out, we interviewed Toby Lewis, one of the founders, one of the co-founders of Bitcoin Ordinals. We really fell in love with the team. We came back, we just published a short video that is actually advertising the deep dive. So right now we're in the process of editing the deep dive, getting it all ready to go. And we're actually going to be giving away a couple $100 worth of the Bitcoin ordinal tokens. And so thank you for reminding me, Kai, about Bitcoin ordinals. I will definitely run over there and look at Bitcoin ordinals here in just a minute or two. And we're also we've got some branding. So the same way that we've got this Infinite Crypto branding on the channel, like here, we also do have some Bitcoin ordinals, or ordinal bots is the name of the project. And so we'll go take a look at that. But so last but not least, on the Switch project, folks, that's something that we're going to be talking about a lot here on the channel. When the announcement is actually made, we are 1000% going to be talking about. We are definitely going to be talking about the Switch nodes, and when that promotion gets announced, and depending on what the price of them is, I'm going to be going all in. This is the one where I'm going to probably pick up my phone. I'm going to talk to most of my like big private sale investors, guys that buy $5,000 or $10,000 worth of these private sale tokens that we have on the channel. And, you know, some of these guys I think are going to jump in and buy 2, 3, 5 these nodes potentially. So you're going to be hearing more about that. But here we go. This is ordinalsbot.com. This is a project that we absolutely love. And this is some branding that we are doing on the channel for the ordinal bots. So let's pop back over to CoinGecko and pull up ordinal bots. So the token is Trio for this project, Trio ordinals. You can see here up a couple 2 or 3% today. But this token is sitting at just under $1. One of the cool things about this is it's built on Bitcoin. It's got a fully diluted valuation of about 20 million. So only about 10% of the tokens are in circulation. But you can see here, it's kind of like Bitcoin. It's only got a 21 million token supply. So even with inflation, as this token, you know, gets dispersed out into the market, it's still going to be slow. And then you look at a token like Bitcoin, you know, do I believe that Trio token is ever going to be worth, you know, 60, 70, 100,000 like Bitcoin? That's, you know, that's a stretch. I don't necessarily, I'm not going to go out on any kind of a limb and say that it's going to do anything crazy like that. But with a $21 million circulating supply, can it be a $100 token or a $500 token or a $1,000 token? Absolutely, in my opinion, as these ordinals take off. And let's go look at the website and show you why I'm excited about this project. We're not talking about just some kind of, you know, pie in the sky meme coin kind of a project here, man. This is a project with real world value that is gaining traction. You know, most of you have probably heard of runes, and, you know, and Bitcoin ordinals are your ability to basically create an NFT on the Bitcoin blockchain, which is something that couldn't be done until not that long ago. And so there is a lot of utility. There's going to be more and more people that are taking advantage of these Bitcoin ordinals and creating artwork and creating NFTs and putting together things on the Bitcoin ordinal project. So you can see here, launch your ordinals collection. You can mint your ordinals collection with us. They handle the inscriptions and will automatically generate a collection manifest file for you, so you can create your own collection here on the Ordinals Bot website. You can see here it's ordinalsbot.com/launchpad. And so I fell in love with this project the more that I looked at it. And then when you get back over here, like I say, to CoinGecko, and you see that it's only got a $20 million market cap. If you go here, its all-time high here about 5 months ago towards the peak of the market was over $9.50. So it's got almost a 10x in it just to get back to its previous all-time high. And it's not very much above its all-time low price, folks. So it very much feels like the bottom has in for this token, and this could potentially be a very good entry point. If you click on markets here, folks, you can get it on Gate, Bing, MEXC, and more exchanges are coming, down the pipeline, but these are all somewhat major exchanges. So you can see that it's not going to be too hard for you to, to pick up this token. On the deep dive that we're doing here, that's going to be getting published very soon, we're going to actually buy a few of the tokens. MEXC is probably where I will pick these up at. MEXC is probably one of my go-to exchanges. But thank you so much for bringing that up and giving us an opportunity to talk about Ordinals bots. So with that, folks, it doesn't feel like we went over a whole lot of tokens today, but man, I think we covered some really good ones. We got an opportunity to talk about a couple of different projects that you guys brought to us. Definitely going to be taking a closer look at Forta. And then thank you very much, Kai Effect, for joining the Infinite Crypto Cruiser family. Excited to have you here and looking forward to seeing you next Wednesday, hopefully. And, with that, folks, hoping to see you on next Wednesday. Life is good. Let's just go out and continue to keep on killing it. Lots of exciting things. One thing that I will mention here real quick before we leave, which means, we'll probably be here for another half an hour. I don't want to beat a dead horse to death, but the Gains platform, folks. So they just had a IDO launch that was fully refundable. They've got 2 more sitting in the queue that are fully refundable. What does that mean? It means that when you buy into these IDO platforms with the current one, you have 72 hours to get a refund of 100% of your funds if it launches poorly. I don't even know how they do this. So I guess really when they do these IDOs through a launch pad, they're really doing a fairly small portion. They're only doing a few $100,000 worth of the tokens through launch pads. Most of the private money, when they raised $2, $3, $4 million for the project, most of that was done in the private rounds and seed round and friends and family round. And those rounds are not refundable because, it'd just be impossible for these guys to run a business if the project launched poorly and they had to give away 100% of the money back. But they can afford to do that with a few $100,000 for these launch pads. So with this token, it's called Quantalytica, that's getting ready to launch here in September. We get 50% of the tokens at launch. And then I want to say we get the other 50% over the course of 3 months. So what does that mean? Well, it means that when we get our 50% of the tokens at launch, if the project doesn't at least 2x, in other words, if we can't pull out 100% of our investment when it launches, we can just hit the refund button and get all of our money back. So let's say, for easy math, let's say it was $1 a token and it launches, and it only launches to $1.50 a token. So you would have a decision you could make. You could either sell 50% of your tokens for 75% of your money back in that case, and then you would still have 50% of your tokens and technically your investment would have gone up some. It would be, if it goes up 50% and you invested $1,000 into it, then your 1,000 is worth 1,500. But most people, if it doesn't at least double so that they can sell 50% for their whole 1,000 back and then have the other 50% that they're just free rolling on, they just hit the refund button. And so once again, that gives you the opportunity to put money into these sales, 100% risk-free. And not every single pool is going to have that refund option, but let me show you guys something here real fast. I'm going to go to the GainsPad website and just kind of show you real quick what I mean by that. So let me get over here and share this screen super quick. We're going to add that to stage. We're going to go over here to GainsPad, make sure that is showing, share this tab. All right, so you can see here the Analytica or the Quanalytica is already gone because it's done and over. But you can see here the next two deals in the queue that are coming soon are going to be refundable, and it's becoming more and more of part of the deal. I think that eventually some of these launch pads that can command the respect of these projects are going to have a lot of these are going to be fully refundable. Now, as we get closer to the bull market, as Bitcoin runs back up to 75, 80, 85, 90, I don't think the refund option matters, because at that point, these things are all going to launch to a 5, 10, 25, 50, 100x anyways. But during these downtimes, it's a very, very sweet spot to be in where you can't lose. And if it doubles or triples, you're making some money. If it does a 10x though, I mean, that's crazy, right? So you invest $1,000, you get $500 worth of the tokens. It 10x's at launch. You sell that 500 for $5,000. You got $5,000 in your pocket, and you still own half the tokens. And a dead horse to death. I know I've talked about this project a whole bunch, but I've been a part of the Gains platform since before it was a platform. They used to be a Telegram group. You would literally go in. I trusted these guys because I had a friend that trusted them. You would literally be a member in the Telegram group, and similar to what I do right now, the way you guys trust me, they would put a form in the Telegram group and say, hey, this is the deal. You can invest in XYZ token. This is the price. This is our markup. This is the fee that we're going to charge you. You would fill out the form. You would send them your Ethereum or your USDT, and then they would send the form back to you so you had proof of what you bought. You would send them the address that you wanted your token sent to, and then when the project launched, they would send out everybody's tokens on whatever the vesting schedule was. So then they created a token called the Gains token. They created an incredible platform and infrastructure, and these guys are the real deal. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in this platform. If I go over here to one more tab, I'm just going to show you real quick here. One more tab to give you guys an idea. Maybe two tabs. I said one, but maybe two. So this is the private sale platform. They've got the Gains Pad, which is an IDO platform, and then they've got a private sale platform. You go here and you can see I have invested. Maybe it's going to pop up. Where's it going to? Oh, here we go. Deals. Well, what is going on here? Okay, maybe why won't the numbers update here? It should be showing all of the projects here. Let me go. I mean, I'm not sure why the numbers aren't updating on top here. These tokens, I had 10,000 tokens stake, and they recently unlocked, and I've been trying to decide whether I want to put them over in the IDO platform or restake them. So maybe since right now I don't have those tokens staked, they're not showing. But you can see here, these are all of the projects that I have invested funds into. It ends up, man, my computer's going slow, but it just, goes on and on and on and on. These are all of the different projects that I have invested funds into. Did I share the screen? Huh? What? Is it not on here?
No, you're on the funded projects. Share this tab.
Well, that's okay then. So you guys can see real quick here though, but you could go, on and on and on and on. Like I put my money, where my mouth is when it comes to this platform. I've got, around $40,000 invested into these ones. And then if you go back, I told you that back in the day, before they had a platform, I was just doing it through forums. So I'm not going to pull up my email address right now. You guys have probably seen me do it before, but if you go back to 2021, before they actually had a platform, I've got another list of 50 or 60 private sales that I invested into before they actually had this platform. So the gains token is another thing that's very, very high up on my list. I want to say, I think the tokens right now are sitting at 5 or 6 cents a token. Their all-time high is closing in on $2, about $1.80 to $2 for their all-time high. So it's got a solid like 30x in it just to get back to its all-time high. And in the meantime, we're going to take advantage of a bunch of private sales and make a ton of money in private sales. If you're interested in maybe being a part of our gains pooling group, like 50,000 tokens is the highest tier in the gains pad. So even that right now at 5-6 cents a token, that's not like out of the realm of possibility for people, but this token is going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 cents fairly quickly. So, at 30 cents a token, now all of a sudden you need 15 grand in order to get into that 50K tier, where we're going to do a pooling group where right now you can buy 5,000 or 10,000 tokens. And so you're talking about a $250, $300 investment on the low side to $500 or $600 on the high side that gets you into the gains pad pooling group, and you can invest in every single IDO that they launch as long as you're a part of the pooling group. So with that, folks, I am going to get you out of here so you can enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Excited to we got a couple interviews, we got a new segment called Token Teasers, where we're going to some projects that we really like, and we're inviting them to come on the channel and do like a 10-15 minute interview so that I can introduce you to, the founder, CEO, or one of the important people from the team, talk a little bit about the project and what they do. And then, hopefully from there, we're going to build relationships with this project. They see the professionalism of the YouTube channel, and, they see that we're not scammers, that we're legit. And hopefully we work with more of these projects moving forward. But we've got a couple of great tokens, one called ArcBlock, token ticker ABT, that I'm going to be actually publishing that video here sometime today. Interview with the founder and CEO, Robert Mao, that I think you guys are going to like. And I think that ArcBlock, ABT token is another one that's fantastic. It's about $175 million market cap. So it's not a microcap gem, but it looks like an incredible token, an incredible project with incredible utility. So you guys got a lot of content. Keep, hit that notification bell. You're going to see 2, 3, 4 videos published here over just the next handful of days, probably. And so with that, and then of course we'll be back on Monday and with the, Crypto Mindset Monday. And then for those of you that are in the inner circle, put it on your calendar, Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be doing the inner circle next mastermind. And folks, for those of you that aren't a part of the mastermind, go check it out, man. Join our private mastermind, realinfinitecrypto.com. I think you're going to love what we do, the new platform that we have. I went live in it a couple of times this week. Those lives immediately get archived into the proper tab. So one was a video for beginners, but I think that video for beginners is also something that every single one of us, no matter how experienced we are, would be smart to watch. 15, 16-minute video. I go over 5 tokens that you can buy on Coinbase that I'm super excited about. And then I have a live stream that talked a little bit about going from believing to expecting. It was called my Sunday sermon. So for those of you, I'm a Christian, but whether you're a Christian or not, if you have any faith at all, I think you would really enjoy this new segment that I'm doing inside the private Mastermind Inner Circle. Those videos aren't going to get put out on YouTube, but every Sunday I'm going to do what I call my Sunday sermon, where I talk about something that God has put on my heart and that I share with you that hopefully, adds value. And, I think a lot of times God uses people. I know God uses people to speak into other people's hearts. So I very much believe that the things that God is going to be putting on my heart and the things that I'm going to be talking about in those Sunday sermons are meant for you guys. So if you're feeling a little tug at your heart and think, man, maybe that's something that would really be good for me. I'm going through some struggles in my life, or I'm looking for an answer here. I'm looking for, God to kind of talk to me here. So many times God talks to us through other people. And so hopefully these Sunday sermons are God's way of speaking through me and helping those of you that he wants to help. And so I believe that if God wants you in the inner circle, listening to those Sunday sermons, he's going to put it on your heart to go look at realinfinitecrypto.com and get yourself signed up. So with that, folks, I love you all. God bless you. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and we will see you again real soon. Take care.